Hello, my firesides, and welcome to Timsy's Naked Tarot. Don't worry, Timsy is not naked. Tarot read is naked, by which I mean I try to strip out as much astrology as I can. For those regular viewers, you will know that I am now doing a monthly forecast. For those who are new, I'm now doing a monthly forecast to see what's coming for the coming month. We'll take one card out of that one. That will be the overall energy. We'll take 5 cards out of that one. That will be for the full weeks and the last week going into January, the new year. Okay, and out of that one, we'll just get a couple of clarifiers for each of those cards as well. Okay, they have all been pre-shuffled, so we will just pull that one straight away. So that is the 7 of Cups. Okay, you have a month of choices. Basically, that is the main thing for you all. For some of you, it will be just illusions. You believe you have choices when you don't, and the like. Or you believe you have no choices when there is lots in front of you. Okay, we'll have a quick cut out of these, and the cards out of these will help clarify this full energy. We got the 6 of Cups. Okay, so we got looking back fondly on the past, things like that. Could possibly be choices about people you have known for a long time, or possibly even soulmates, deep soulmates. I wouldn't normally show you this one, but we are today for some reason. There is patience. You have to have patience for all this as well. And the Empress. Okay, so there is positivity to be had. There is fertility to be had. The Empress is normally portrayed as someone who is pregnant. She is normally given birth. This could be a literal birth. There may be some of you who are pregnant and you are due this month. It could be a, what's the right word? Theoretical birth. Whatever the universe sees as a birth. Basically, if something is in its embryotic state, you have an idea for a business, but you haven't actually done anything towards it. You haven't put any money into it. You haven't laid the foundations for it. It's just an idea in your head, but you might start doing it this month, and that would be the birth. It is normally a painful thing as well, okay, because, well, birthing is painful. Right, so for the first week, we have got the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is an energy of rest and recuperation. So that's basically it for the first week. You are resting and recouping. Not doing much at all. There's not much really going on in the energies for you for the first week of this month. Okay. The second week of this month, you have got the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is an ending. It could be signifying the ending of this rest and recuperation, and you have emotionally recharged your batteries, so to speak. It is a card of emotional fulfillment. So, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay. Well, I say that. There is an illusion around that as well, sometimes. It does depend on what cards come out in the clarifiers for it, and we'll see in a bit. Okay, we got the 3 of Cups on the third week. Well, that could be an indication of a third party. I am doing a general read. It is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. Remember, it might not be resonating with you now while you watch this video, but it might resonate with you by the end of a lunar cycle, a month. And so if it does resonate with you throughout the month, feel free to just drop in a comment saying, yeah, bang on, Timsy, excellent, right. So yes, for some of you, there is a case of a third party. That is energy is coursing through that. And for some of you, it is communication and celebration. It could be, well, given the time of year, it could be Christmas parties and the like. It could also just be people coming around, because at this time of year we all tend to think of friends we haven't seen for a while, family we haven't seen for a while, and we actually make an effort to go and see them. Okay. For the 4th week of the month, you have got the Queen of Swords. For the bulk of you, this is, you know the truth about something, but you are not taking any action on it. This could be that whole birth in a business or an idea or a pastime or a group or anything, but you're still not taking the action. You were sort of resting at the beginning of the month because you've been busy, possibly working hard, trying to get extra money up to get this whole business thing going on, or you are pregnant and you are close to term, so you're just resting and not doing much. Okay. Actually, that does work with, this whole thing is working with pregnancy at the moment, right? So for the 10 of Cups, yeah, you're being emotionally fulfilled. I wouldn't know for sure, but I'm assuming the closer you get to the actual birthday, the more emotionally fulfilled you feel. Okay. And then you have your child. So if you are pregnant, you may be having it in the 3rd week, because you could argue the point that you've got the 2 energies of you and the other person who created the child, and then the child itself has suddenly popped into the world, creating a 3rd energy within your little dynamic. Okay, so when we got the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords, it can be emotionless, okay, being cold and distant. Hell, if you are having a baby, you could be very cold and distant to the person who put it in your belly, if you are female, because, well, you've just gone through a lot of pain to produce it for them. Okay, they may be cold and distant with you. Okay, it does happen. Sometimes you don't get that instantaneous bond with your child. Again, I wouldn't know for sure. I have never had children. I am a man after all. But it is what I've heard from some people. Some people have sort of said to me, I didn't feel a bond with my child when I first had him. Is that normal? And I'm like, well, from an energy point of view, it can be, but from a realistic 3D experience point of view, I couldn't tell you, because I've never had a child. No, actually, I have had children. I've got 2, but I've never given birth to them. Right, we got the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, we got the 8 of Pentacles for the end of the month and the beginning of January. Okay, I will point out now, the universe does like to piss about with me quite a lot with these reads. It would normally throw me something really stupid somewhere, like maybe a full card there at the beginning of the month, or some sort of starting card at the beginning of the month. And sometimes at the end of the month, it will give me, again, some sort of starting card, because this card is straddling 2 months. Okay, so it's saying, well, it's something new starting, Simon. It's a new month starting, Simon. Or sometimes it will give me the death. It's the end of something old and it's the beginning of something new. Yeah, the end of the month we're in and the beginning of the next month. It could just be an indication it's back to work, back to normal, okay, after you've had a bit of time off for Christmas and the like. For the bulk of you, it is a case of you are getting a busier end of the month. Those last few days going into January, your workload is going to increase no matter what sort of workload you have. And when you think about it, yes, you could be getting the children ready to go back to school. You could be going back to work yourself. You've got all the cleanup to do after all the Christmas parties. And even barring all that, you have got just the thought that, oh my God, I really need to get working again because I've got no money after all the celebrations. Okay. So let's see what this Four of Swords is about then. There we go. Oh, look at that lovely mess. Right. Oh, 2 knights. Well, I stand corrected on the taking action bit. You are taking action during this week. Throughout your rest and recuperation, normally we all do a little bit of thinking during this time. And you are thinking that you are going to actually go and have it out with someone. You're going to go to someone and tell them the truth and just, yeah, be quite blunt and honest with them. It is like this, and that's what it is. That's the Knight of Swords. That will be happening quite quickly. If it hasn't already happened for you, you have already had this Knight of Swords action happen. You've gone and told someone a few days ago, and you are now resting from it. Okay, or someone maybe told you a few home truths, and you are now resting and trying to recover from that. You are also going to be starting to drive headlong into the future you want. Okay, we did have that 6 of Cups in the pre-cut. That is a soulmate card. Okay, so it does indicate that you may come across a soulmate and you may feel that you want a future with them. That is what the Knight of Cups is all about, dreaming about your future you want, especially on some sort of emotional level. And just to back up everything I just said there, we got the Page of Cups with it as well. For some of you, this will be very new and very fresh, okay, because it's a page. It indicates like an immatureness, a childlike element to it all. But the general meaning of that card is, again, sort of dreaming about romance and love and the like. Possibly you are just doing that while you are resting and recouping. Perhaps you're reading some love romance novel for this week while you are recovering. Right, okay. So the Fool and the 3 of Pentacles coming off this 10 of Cups. The Fool card is suggesting that you are starting something new. We said there is an end of something. It's the end of something because it's the 10. Well, there is the beginning. Okay, it is literally the beginning of the tarot, the Major Arcana. It is what the whole Major Arcana is about. This guy here and his journey through the Major Arcana to learn something the universe wants to teach it. Okay, it is a representation of you as well. Doesn't matter what star sign you may be, it is always a representation of you. Or if we're doing a read on the other person, it could be representation of them. But we're not, we're doing a read for you. So yes, it is the Fool card. We are diving headlong into something on the second week. Okay, with the 3 of Pentacles coming out with that, it's suggesting that whatever you're diving into, whatever's going to emotionally fulfill you, you are not going to be alone with it. You are going to be working on it with someone else, with the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles obviously is just a hop, skip and a jump away from the 4 of Pentacles. Now the 4 of Pentacles, it can mean a lot of things. It can mean you're going to be greedy and hang on to things where you shouldn't be. It can mean that you are scared to let go of stuff. In this particular case, I'm feeling that it's actually going to be successful. It is going to balance the coffers, if you will, a little bit, because the 4 is a balancing card. It's just kind of sort of suggesting that when you work with someone on here, you will advance up the Pentacle ladder. You will be advancing to get to your overall goal at the end, and it will go quite well. Okay. It's definitely an advancement card, because after that we had the 6 of Pentacles underneath it as well. I just saw that as I was putting the 4 back. I'm struggling with the word 4 today for some reason. Right. That may have some bearing for you lot watching this. Right, okay, so the 3 of Cups. Let's see what the 3 of Cups is all about then, shall we? Remember, overall, all of this week, you have this choice element going through with that Seven of Cups. Okay? And as always, you have your free will. Everything I say here, you might just go against and do whatever you want anyway. Right. And you probably will. Right. The Three of Cups is the Moon card. There is something hidden about this Three of Cups. And it is also the Nine of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. For some reason, I'm being drawn to this tiny little apple or peach up in that tree. And I'm just thinking there's only one. Yeah. It's sort of telling me that you have already sort of harvested your crop from somehow. And you are sort of now just getting down to the last of it. So if you have been sort of like reaping what you have sown, it's coming to an end in the 3rd week of December. Okay, that is just for some of you. That is a smaller message for some of you. For the bulk of you, this is celebration. This thing is some of it you didn't know you were going to get invited to it. You don't know if you are actually going on one with current financial climate and things. You're not sure if your company is actually doing one yet. To be honest, most companies have already told their employees if they are or not. But this particular one is you're not sure about it. There are secrets and things around this. It's for the 3rd party group of you. That will be, you don't really know about it, and you're running on your intuition about it. The Nine of Cups is also the minor arcana of the star. Well, I have seen the star a couple of times throughout this read, but it has been like just showing itself during shuffles and possibly being a 2nd or 3rd card underneath the crossing card. Okay, so there could be something to do with a wish. You're just wishing and hoping that you're going out, or wishing and hoping you will meet someone while you're out. The Hierophant is crossing all this. There is a learning element within all of the 3rd week. You are going to be learning new stuff. And the Fool, bearing in mind you are now on the Fool's journey, is actually all about learning. Okay, so that would make perfect sense coming out after it. For some of you, it is learning about the secrets which the Moon is currently obscuring. And I say obscuring because it's not hiding them as such. It's just not making you see them for what they are. Okay. For others of you, it's just general learning. You may meet someone who's a bit of a know-it-all. Okay. Excuse me, I just got to clear my throat. I don't know if you noticed I was wheezing during all that. But, right, for the 4th week of the month, we have got the Sun coming out. It's happiness, it's joy. But this is going with a Queen of Swords. Okay. It's kind of like, I don't know, possibly you have emotionally detached yourself from something, especially if you found something out during the 3rd week, and you are actually kind of happy and joyful about it. There we go, the 7 of Swords. It is also the opposite to the Moon. The Moon may obscure secrets and truths and things, make things appear to be what they are not. Again, it is kind of an illusionary energy. Not magically illusionary, it is just because the Moon is a reflection of the Sun. The Sun reveals the truth. That's just like catching things out the corner of your eye and not being sure about it. And so all these truths could be revealed to you come the 4th week of the month. Yes, the Queen of Swords is knowing the truth. She does know the truth. She has learnt the truth. She has found out the truth. But she is deliberating what to do with that truth. Now she's got it. She's not taking action on it straight away. If you look there, she has her hand out in a stopped gesture. It's stop. Okay. With the 7 of Swords coming out, it's a little bit like the minor arcana of the Devil. It can indicate lots of things which are wrong. But it does depend on the circumstances of your particular situation. For example, perhaps you're in an abusive relationship with someone and you've just found out that they are also having an abusive relationship with someone else. Okay, a lot of your intuition was screaming this at the time, and you have been wishing for a long time to actually get away from them. Okay, the sun reveals the whole truth, and then you do sneak away from them quietly one night, because that is what the card kind of implies. Moving fast with purpose, but doing it stealthily, trying to do it below the radar. It can also mean, as it is a general read, I'll just put it out there, perhaps one of you is going to get like mugged or somehow something stolen from you during the 4th week of the month. Bear in mind, that would also be the party week of pretty much everyone, so do watch out for over-intoxication and walking around alone. Okay, crossing this, though, is that Page of Cups again. Again, it is that whole sitting back and dreaming about what you want, not necessarily actually taking action on it. Okay, and again, it will be implying that there is some sort of younger, immature type element to it. I'll just take this moment to point out as well that possibly only 1 week may resonate with you out of all this. Week 1 could be the energies of one group of fire signs. Week 2 might be just one of those group and 5 of a different group. Okay, and so on. There is probably just one fire sign who will watch this and it will resonate throughout the whole month for them. Right, okay. So let's see what this 8 of Pentacles is about for my fire signs. Oh, okay, you got a few extras. Okay, so we have got the Page of Pentacles. Again, you are learning something, and possibly someone coming towards you with a gift. Okay, maybe a late Christmas present of some description. Okay. So we have also got the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is an indication to a new start. Yes, universe. I know, it's the end of one month and the beginning of another. I said the universe does this to me quite a lot. But it's also an indication. It can be an indication of marriage. It can be an indication of committing to something. New Year's resolution. There you go. That is your New Year's resolution card. You are going to commit to something, and the energies are behind you on this. It is a time to commit to something you have got your heart set on. You are going to be a little bit defensive. You are going to be up on your heel, beating off anyone who comes in to attack. You will be getting some form of love communication as well towards the end of the month and beginning of January, because the Queen of Cups is all about love and all about communication. She expresses herself. She doesn't hold it in or deny you of her love like the King of Cups can do. We do have a devil at the end of all this, though, and the devil is implying that there is something quite or not quite right about the whole situation. In this particular case, our friend Loki here, who is carrying the bit of mistletoe in his hand as he is taking his leap of faith, gives it to this god here, who his name always escapes me. I really must try to learn his name and remember it. But he throws it at this god here, who is Boulder. Okay, I do know that one. It was also, we saw it in the Temperance card somewhere. Or am I thinking of a different thing? Anyway, he's in the Temperance card. His name's Boulder. When he dies, that signifies Ragnarok, the end of the world for the Vikings. But the only thing what can kill him is mistletoe. Now, Loki has tricked this god into proving himself by throwing this bit of this twig as far as he can. Okay, but what he don't know, because he's blindfolded, is he's actually thrown it at a boulder who's like, looks like he's chained up against the rock there. Now, taking all the elements into this card, there is treachery to be had at the end of the month. There is a feeling of being trapped. Maybe you are the one being betrayed. You are chained to a rock. You are stuck between literally a rock and a hard place. Okay. So just be very careful at the end of the month. Okay. Perhaps you've had a little bit too much alcohol throughout the month and you're now feeling like trapped within the realms of being addicted to it. And you have soulmates to deal with at the end of the month. Soul contracts could be being reformed, reaffirmed, or even possibly finished. That after all, the devil is the one who collects in the soul contracts for the universe. So we could be dealing with a karmic, because a karmic is a soulmate as well as being a karmic. They are someone from a previous life who is just literally trying to get recompense off you for a wrongdoing in a previous life. But it is definitely a previous life of some description, or back to someone who you have known since childhood but haven't seen for a while coming back, because we've got the Judgment card there, which means someone sort of coming back for a second chance. It could also mean, but by the end of the month, you start a journey, a universal lesson, if you like, sort of within the second week of the month. By the end of the month into January, you are at the point of being judged for it to see if you are worthy. Okay, so that is the end of your read. Hopefully it resonates with you throughout the month. If it does, that will be fantastic. Just drop me a like or a comment. If it didn't resonate with you, bear in mind we are only at the beginning of the month. We are not at the end of it. So some of this can't resonate with you yet because it hasn't happened. And timelines are a flexible thing. We are all on different timelines. If we were all on the same place at the same time, it would be carnage. Okay, so it does also make this a timeless read. Whenever you see it is when you need it. Thank you very much and catch you all soon.